Hey all, anybody there? Got on a few minutes early as I wanted to make sure this was working. Anybody hear me out there? I hope so. Well, I really hope someone can see it. Hey, we'll begin at around like 10:30. Anybody out there? This actually makes it easy on me if no one is going to watch the stream. I've had only a little time to prepare for this, so we'll see how it goes. Oh, hey guys. What time is it where you are? And plus, can anybody hear me? Oh, no problem. Hopefully it's useful. I've set up a GitHub to Pacific, huh? So I've set up a GitHub, so I'll throw all the code in here as well afterwards. I don't know when, but I'll probably go to Reddit and throw the link on there, do like a wrap up type of thing. How are you guys with Excel? Are you like super gurus? Are you just starting out? I guess, yeah. I think it automatically saves to the channel. I guess. I'm hoping. I don't know. This is the first time, so I'll figure out. We'll figure this out together as we go. Oh, okay. All right, good. Then you're probably you probably know this stuff. I mean, I'm gonna do like a simple run through real quick as I can on it. If you have questions as we go, let me know. If you have things that I'm doing wrong, let me know. That would be good too. Like normally I mean, I do a lot of Excel, but for the last few years I've been mostly Python. Okay. All right, good. We'll get into some Power Query, just very simple stuff here today. I don't know how many people are actually watching this, but we'll see. See how it goes. All right, 10:31. So let's do this. So I had a case in mind. So this is a live stream. So what I wanted to do was make um, a budget model, basically a cost center. So we'll put in here. We'll do cost centers. And again, putting when you're building budgets, the structure is really important. I mean, I'm going to throw them all in one um, budget, and it really depends on what your company is. But again, you want a nice, simple structure where you can add stuff easily, and it can roll up really nicely. A lot of dimensions, as many as you can, um, but all in one place, so we can see it. So, I'm going to back up here. I'm going to call this, not go to the budget. Let's call it budget 2022 because that's what we'll do. Okay, so this looks like that. And so all the budget templates will go in the cost center, and then we'll do a roll up in the budget. So here we go. All right. So let's build this. So we'll go A, B, C Corp. All right, we'll do a thing. We'll do a 2022 budget. Yeah, I was thinking I'm going to. I'm starting out really basically here. Um, and I was gonna load it up possibly into a data model if that's what you want, but I'm gonna go through a simple just a kind of like uh si- a lot of basic stuff too. I mean, to get the roll up in the template and then do a Power Query on it and then department and version and then go on about and then roll it up. But we can see if we want to do something else with it. Uh, Create a data model on it. All right, but I want to keep it simple for this right now. So creating a template, a budget template for people, for your budget managers. Um, you want to keep it nice and simple for them, something that they know. So we'll start off with some line items. So you do your salaries, your benefits. Let's see what else. Commissions in case it's sales, and then we'll do T&E, and I don't know, office supplies and software. All right. So that's simple. So here's your line items that you go, and again, it could be anything you want. Now, I usually try to keep it very simple here. Keep it at the line item level. I match it with codes later on. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we don't. That's maybe something we'll work on later. All right, so we'll start off with the months. 31, 20, 22. Okay. And what I usually like to do is I do like to format it. So if I'm going to go number, I'll go a date. And my favorite date is, of course, this one right here. Boom. And we'll do, end of month equals end of month. And of course, you put the start date, which is the previous one. You could do 1 here. And it gives you Feb 22. I mean, you can do it quarterly too if you need to for end of month, but uh, you know, just keep it simple here. I'll drag this across. Can everyone see, by the way, as well? Just want to make sure. Oh, no, in December. Okay, so we'll do some formatting here. Control B for bold. Hit that. Hit this. Hit the center. Get rid of that. Okay, then we'll do totals here and totals here. Yeah, again, I'm just trying to get an idea of what it is. Now we'll do an easy sum. So we've got the sum of everything in between. I do like going all the way down so that if you do have to insert columns, it's nice and clean. Equals sum, nice and easy. And again, you just hit the little square here after it becomes a plus. Equals sum. Now, when you're creating a budget template, try to put as many tr put as many tests in as possible. Equals sum of that. So the opposite way minus that. Now you can show it or not show it. It's all right. It depends on how advanced the people who are using the thing. I do get rid of the I'm getting rid of cents here, so I used this and I put the cents down. So now we have a check, so we make sure that this way is that way and it all adds up right here. What I also like to do is make sure a shading is in place, not too light. This so that they kind of know um, where it is. Oh, supplies out there. You can just go into here, double click, and it'll automatically assign. To lock it down, you can do freeze panes. I like the double freeze panes, so it keeps the line items nice and happy. Again, Control B, um, home layout. We'll do bold here and bold. And again, this is all very much how you'd want to do it, or whether your corporate insider has it. So we have this right here. So let's do File, Save As. Do browse. All right. So we're going to our budget template, and this is going to be a cost center. And let's call this the uh, budget 22 sales. And again, as long as you're consistent in a lot of your naming of your files, um, and try to keep it. But so if we can do V1, that's even better. Try to keep um, a lot of versions, and as you go through, you'll know how to name a file, so that when you do roll-ups later on, either in PowerQuery, Python, whatever, Adaptive Insight, whatever, Tableau, whatever systems are going to be sucking data out of these things, it's good to get a um, consistent name. So we'll say. So I think this was sales. So I'm going to put the sales department here, and I'm going to put version is going to be round one. Here I'll do Control V. Okay, so now we have a budget here. Very simple one. So one of the things I do when now we haven't sent this out yet. So one of the things we do want to do before we send this out is protect the sheet. But we don't want them adding rows and columns and everything to this. So we're going to protect the sheet, but we do want them to be putting data in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to unlock this range of data, and we're going to lock the rest of the sheet. So I'm going to allow edit here. So I'm going to put a new edit, and I've already selected it. So you can see the range one, and we can call it budget input range. And it's B8, which is that right there, all the way to M13. Yeah. And you can put a password in if you want. But I don't care about that right now. I want to keep it out. All right. So I'm going to apply this. And then I could protect the sheet here, or I could protect it up there, whatever it needs to go. It tells me all the things I can do. So Alt-D, you can't. So again, a shortcut for deleting rows, Alt-D. So I can't mess with the sheet right now. So let's see if we can, yeah, we can at least, let's call that sales. We'll call this one upload. I'll get this in a second. Now, there's a bunch of ways you can skin a cat in Excel, like a lot of ways. So I'm going to go with a very simple, just non-table-y type of way of doing this, just to go through some of the uh, some of the stuff. But as you can see, we can see it here. It's always good to test equals that plus one. Um, so I'm going to go across, and then I'm going to go down, and then I'm going to go equals that plus one. And you can see that, oh, it all works that way. And then if we just, as a check, we can go here and down in the bottom, 776. Perfect. All right. So now that's out. Um, and again, I haven't formatted it correctly, but we're moving on here. So one of the things you want to have is a sheet that they can use. That's really easy. That's good for inputs because you've got to think about the business partners that you're working with, and you'll work with them on an iterative basis. So for an upload, this is where we have the data that we want to suck out of this thing. So in this case, I'm going to go budget year. All right, so I'm going to camel case this stuff here, and a camel case is when you're putting a heading on here. It's a small beginning letter, and then you capitalize everything after. So in this case, we want to have a budget year, which is we don't even have to put that. We can do 20. It's going to be 2022. 2022. All right, and then we have the let's do budget version here, and now we're going to link the budget version back over to sales here, over to this version, sales B5. Now, if I do this and I copy it down, I'm getting a lot of stuff here. So, and again, this is what we're going to do an absolute. We're going to anchor these by doing. You can do the F4 function, or you can just manually add in um, the dollar signs if you like. So you have budget R1, and if you bring it down, it's all the same. So now this formula is anchored all over the place. Okay, we've got a budget version. We're going to do the same with department. Oh, sorry. Equals back over here is going to be sales department, and we're going to again anchor that reference, and then we're going to go line item. Going to equal, in this case, what we're going to do is this right now. But I don't have to worry about that because I'm going to show you something in a second. I'm going to go through adding these in a few different types of ways. So, and then we've got date, or actually month would probably be better since it's period, and then amount. So what we could do here is go one by one and bring it through. So the first way that I'd like to do it is let's do a transpose. So we're going to go equals, and I'm going to do it by line item. So we have salaries here. So I've put salaries, and I've put an anchor right there on it. So the next thing we need is we're going to take all the salaries for the month, for the year right now. So we're going to need this. We're going to need this January. We anchor it, press F4, or we just add the things. But we need to move across um, the sheet. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit F4 again, and that gets rid of the B, but it keeps the anchor on line 7. So that's what we're going to do here. And again, we'll do home, number, date, Really doesn't matter, but I like doing it to show everyone how to do that if you're not aware of it. Okay, and then we have the same thing for the salaries. So we're going to go like this. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to F4, F4. Go across. Hopefully this works if I set it up right. December, okay. I'm getting rid of this here. So now we have this across, not really useful right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to like this, and then we're going to go here, and we're going to paste, and then paste special, formulas, and we're going to transpose it like that. And I'm going to move this, and I'm going to make this the number again, and date. Again, I'm just doing this over and over because I hope if someone doesn't know where all the date mechanisms are, they can use it. And then we've got our amounts. So what we'll do here is we'll do the commas, the negatives. So if we go here and we go salaries, 100, up 100 is right there, 100 is at the amount, equals F plus 1. Um, move that on. And again, it's worked out. So what we'll do is we'll delete this, and we've got the rest of the tags. Now, often I'd actually leave a couple of more tags in here that are blank, or sometimes you have region or geography, or like other cost center stuff, but we'll keep it uh, streamlined for this right here. So you can see that this got always look out for when you're copying down and you're using numbers. You can get lists, so they'll add it up for you. All right, so we've got our first one here. So we can do this. We can do that over and over. All right, we don't want to do that though, because that's horrible. So we can actually do something like this, which is where we go. Let's do equals benefits here, and then equals that. So now we're at benefits. Okay, so what we can do here is we can do an H lookup. So in this case, H lookup, and just like a V lookup, where you have your lookup value is going to be, in this case, January, because we're not going up and down, we're going left and right. So we're going to do this. We're going to do the table array is going to be this, or actually, yeah, let's do this. All right, table array, and then don't forget function row index in this case is 1, 2, 3. So this is the third row, and then the lookup is of course a false because we want an exact match in this case. All right, so just make sure when you've got your a relative reference on here, you've got your sales array anchored. And then the E14 isn't going to matter because it's really just follows it down. So, but let's test this out. So let's test 200 or 2000 equals that plus 1. Always test out your templates to make sure they're adding up correctly. And boom, they're all there. All the years are right, the version, the sales, benefits, all that. Okay. So what we can do is this right now. Okay, so now we've got this. We're going to go here. Benefits is here. It's equal to, let's do commissions. Okay, so now we've got commissions. And we've got this. Now we'd have to say, okay, we can change this to 4 if we want. But there is another way we could do it. Equals, and this is a very special case in this case. So when you're building templates, there's a lot of text and um, formula functions that allow you to do stuff. And I'm just going to show one right here, and a kind of way to do it to get a into the little into kind of some of this. So there's one really cool one called format uh, formula text. So formula text is a reference, and you go in here, and it says sales A10, so it gives you the formula reference. So in this case, we're lucky because we're in the 2-digit areas, so it's all going to be 2 digits from here on out. So what you could do is formula text and go. So now we have formula text. So we want to take the right versions. So this is another text. So for the right, and we have the text, which is the formula text, and we want to like take the last 2 characters. So that's 10 right there. Okay. So we'd seen that um, this was A9 and this was 3. So what we want to do is make this into a value now. Now we can make this into a value, and we can do minus 6. So we get 4. So what we can do is we can actually take this and put this in. Instead of having the 3, we could do the 4. Now this is, a little bit advanced, but I think it's useful to know this kind of stuff just in case you're creating something else that's, really really out. So let's make sure we're doing this. Yeah, there's 100, and then equals that plus 1. Drag it across just to make sure. Always check your stuff. Mark. Oh, because I haven't copied it down. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go like this, and we'll go. Should we do that? All right. You know what? We're going to do that. Okay, that does it. And then we'll do Alt E, and what we want to do is find what and replace with nothing. Okay. Oh, you know what I did? I got rid of that. Control Z. Hold on. Okay, so we have all this right now. What we want to do is we want to get rid of this. D26. Okay. So we'll go here. Again, I should have probably worked on this. D26, replaced with 26. Small. Okay, close. So we'll see if that's what we need. Okay. So, yeah, I hope this works now. All right, so now that we have that, we're going to go down and we'll go to this. We'll add another row. Do this. Yay. Upload equal to sales. T&E. Let's see if that works. Okay, that looks like it does. Dues, again, you put your little thing down. Do 200. And again, we have the correct amount. Okay. What we'll do is we'll do this again. T&E, now we've got office supplies. That. And we'll do the same here. Again, sorry for the repetition. Equal to, I shouldn't have done so many. All right, so now we have this. let's make sure this all works. Oh, thank God I protected it. 300, 400. All right, 300 and 400. So we can all see it works right now. So now we have a table. We have the upload. Well, we don't have a table yet. What we do is we have what we're going to use to roll up in the amount. So now we have a blank template to give to the sales VP or director, whoever fills out this stuff. So we've got sales version 1. So let's do this. Salaries are 6,000 equal to that. Benefits are equal to that times 0.23. Commissions are equal to 3,000 plus rand minus 0.5. So I'm going to use a random generator here to see what's up. Times 58. Let's see what that is. Okay, add a little parentheses. 500. All right, so this is a little better. So now we've got a little bit of an amount here. T&E will be the same because this is sales. So T&E is going to be up and down all over the place. So let's call this 2,000, but crank up the amount of variability. Office supplies, they do 500. I really don't care. And software, let's say there's 0 software costs. It's embedded. We get a free CRM because we got freecrm.com. So now we have a budget of this amount. And let's see, we have over here 6,000, all the commission stuff, and no software. So again, 153,848, 153,848. Again, it's all protected at this point. So now they can't, once again, they can't mess with it. So let's see they do that. File, save as, save. All right, let's just do save. Okay. So we have a budget. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to create another template, which is going to be file, save as, let's call it accounting. This will be for the accounting group, near and dear to my heart. Accounting V1, save, and this will be 3,000 because they're always underpaid. And again, the benefits will be on there, equals that times 2. So their benefits aren't as good. They get no commission, 0. So that fills it out. And T&E, they get 0. Right here, except they've got a yearly close party, and their year is a June end, so they have 2,500. And office supplies of 1,500, and the accounting software is $2,000 a month. We'll just put across right there. All right, file, save as. But now we also have to undo this right here. So we're going to go to review, unprotect sheet. Accounting. Now the upload should change. So now we've got the accounting department is done as well. So we're going to go protect sheet. Protect it here. All right. So for this, I'm actually going to go back. No, we could do it with this. I don't know. All right, we'll keep going with this. So this is now protected again. So now we have our first round of budgets. So in our budget sheets, we have we have accounting and we have sales. So let's roll it up. So now you could make another version that and append this on. But in this case, let's use a Power Query here just to roll this up. So we have all of the same um, cost center budgets in the same folder. So in this case, I'm going to close this here. Close. Okay. New. And we'll go. Let's see. Okay, so now we've opened up a new file. We're going to do File, Save As, and we're going to go to, in this case, we'll do in the 2020 budget right here, and we'll call this budget consolidation 2022. Okay. All right. So again, we could make a whole thing and easily pivot it, but let's say we're dealing with hundreds of cost centers here. What we're going to do is we're going to use the data and the Power Query. So we're going to get data. We're going to get it from a folder. So again, we could do it from a database. We could do it from Azure. Probably in later ones, I'll probably spin up an Azure database or maybe a Postgre database on AWS, and maybe we'll play around with that. But for right now, let's just keep it super simple. From folder here, and we'll do this cost center. So we'll go open, see what happens. All right, so the Power Query has seen our two little tables here, two little budgets. And yeah, we're happy with that right now. So we could combine them right now, but let's do a transform. I just want to take a look real quick. So we have these. So this is the Power Query editor. So this does a lot. As you can see, you can keep rows, you can add rows, transform, add a column, and view a column. But in this case, we have our two files. So what we want to do is press this button and combine the files. Again, the button on the previous one could do the same. So I'm going to hit that. Evaluating query. So now it's telling me, all right, where do I pull this from? So now the sales, I kept the sales tab, unfortunately, as even in the accounting budget as sales. But we want to pull from the upload tab. So, and we're going to go back and do a table too real quick. But for this one, it's going to ask to do an upload table. Now the thing is, you have to be consistent. If you have an upload table, it has to be uploading the whole thing. Power Query definitely has a problem looking for different named items within different folders. I mean, different files. So we're gonna click that, and now it's pulling it all in. Okay. So let me see if there's any questions so far. Sorry guys. Um, okay. So we have the name of the source it gives you. Um, I usually get rid of it, so you can delete this. And again, the query itself is pretty cool because it adds each one of the steps. So let's say I wanted to delete this, so I remove this. It would tell me I have a removed column here. So I'm going to actually get rid of this, though, but I'm going to undo that here. So you can do one of these steps. Now, we're setting up a query that will be repeated over and over for whatever you set in here. And I've probably gone ahead and I should have showed you some filtering on files, but maybe we'll do that at a different time. So Just to keep it again simple, we have our source name, we have our budget year, which is nice. We have our budget version, we have accounting, we have salaries, we have the month, we have the amount, and then we have all these other ones. So we want to kind of get rid of these over here. And this is actually one of a good point to stop on right here. So I'm going to actually cut out of this and discard this right now. So what we'll do is we're going to open our accounting, and we're going to go to the upload table, and we're going to go insert table, and we are going to make this whole thing a table. So it has my table as headers. Yes, we have headers here. And where's the table and go okay. So now we have a table. It's called table 1. We could rename it. I really don't care at this point. Here, let me see. So, you know, I'm going to do accounting. And we'll go 3,000 here for this. So save. Again, it's still protected. They can do anything. They can't mess around with the format. This is all good. And again, if you can hide these, and so that again you don't confuse. It kind of depends on the how sophisticated your business partner is in this case. So now we have a table in here. Um, So we save it. We're going to we're going to open the other one. And again, you would do this originally in the file itself. We're going to go over here. We're going to do insert table. Table, it has my headers. It automatically did it. Okay, it's called table 1. Great. And again, we can do the same thing. Let's file save. So let's close these. And you don't have to close these. These would be fine. Fine. So budget consolidation. So what we're going to do again is we're going to go through the same process. We're going to go from file, from folder. We're going to go in this folder. We're going to open up, and it's going to see our two, hopefully, files again, which is great. Again, we could combine it and go out, but we're going to, again, go to transform data here. Now, one of the cool things about this is this portion is, let's say in this file you have a few things that aren't um, that don't have let's say you have some CSV files. You could just go in here and unclick CSV files, so it will only look at Excel files. Or if you're in here, you could go anything and just search for budget 22, and that would be able to identify it. So, but we're going to go back to this button. We're going to combine the files, evaluating the query is doing its thing. It's going to ask me what to look for. And again, we have the accounting and the upload here. Again, we can do the upload, but as you see, it's not as concise. PowerQuery loves tables. So we're going to ask table 1. And again, table 1 is the same name in both. So I'd probably click through that really quickly. And so now we have the source amount, which is fine. We have our query steps applied to it. Great. We have accounting. We can go all the way down, hopefully. Yeah, here's sales. So sales is all nice and nice included. And we'll load and close. I'm probably gonna keep this simple. I'm probably not gonna get into a huge one next time. I think I'll do a one with big data. Maybe I've got a 5 million row sales data that we can work with next time. But all right, so I'm just gonna close and load this. And so we've got 144 rows right here. And of course, we can summarize this with the pivot table and go OK. And so now we have our little pivot table. We can do our line item. We can do our month. And we can do our amount right here. And we can do sum of amount, field values, number format, accounting, none. I hate decimals. So there we go. Actually, you know what? Yeah, screw it up. You know what? I don't like the dollar signs either. We know what our currency is. You know, wherever you are, you know what currency you're doing in. Now, again, if you are international, always have something up here that tells you what your currency is. But but I guess you could do it. So here we have the whole thing. We'll go back here and we'll do department. So now we can do the sales department, 154,000, which I think was right on. Yeah, and accounting. Okay. So, ow. All right. So now we have everything in place. So there you go. You have a consolidation. Oh, and you know what? I hate when Excel does this. So you can actually um, just label that and do an ungroup. I think, yeah, ungroup, and then it'll give you your actual dates for what you want. Here, I'm going to put this back. All right. So we have this. It's all very nice. It's all consolidated. Hooray. So let's say this happens. So I'm going to close that actually. So let's say this happens. Let's say we're going to go round two. So we send out our round twos. So I'm going to go to review, unprotect sheet. And now we got this back from accounting and sales. And we're going to send out a new one with this. And we're going to say comments to them that, hey guys, you can't, um, this early T&E has to go. So we're going to do 0. You guys don't deserve this. You're missing the office supplies. So we're going to go equals that, whatever. And the software, we're going to buy you new software that's cheaper. So 1200. And we'll go across. Again, there's more ways we could do this. We could actually, do this as a table. I'm not happy about that, but it's easy to work with this. But you can see that all this has been updated in the amount. So now we're at R2, and that has flowed through here as R2 as well. So we're going to do File, and we're going to save as, and we're going to call this version 2. Save. Does that really make a huge difference? I don't know, but whatever. All right, close. So now we're going to go back to our consolidation and open it up. Enable content. So this, the column, let's see if this did it. Okay, sheet 1. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to table design. We're going to refresh. So what refresh does is it goes through, or it should go through, yeah, and put R2 in here. So you can see that we have sales is still on R1, and now we have an Excel. The accounting is R2 and R1 in here. And if this should automatically update, I think. Let's see, budget version. No, it didn't. That's annoying. Let's see if we go. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to keep it R1. So now we have a problem. Now we can't update on our R1 version versus that. So what we'll do is we'll go back, and you can do go back to the query, and we can edit the query. And what we can do is we can, what we want to put together is this and this. And we want to change type, merge columns. Well, I don't know if we want to do it here. Let's see. So we'll go to the add columns here and merge columns. Actually, yeah. All right, we'll merge columns. See what happens. All right, the separator will be comma. New column name will be department version. Okay. It's over here. You can see that it's all added up. I like moving it over here. And you can see that every applied step is here. So every time we add a new file, it'll be added to it. And again, this is probably not best practice doing it like this, but this is good for showing you PowerQuery if you get stuck. So you go back to home, you have to close and load, and now we have our new department version, and that'll be added to whatever you add to the amount. Sheet one, no one cares. All right, budget consolidation is now updated. So now we have, after refreshing, we have department and version. So to show our director what's going on, let me see here. Show our director the right amount here. What we can do is we're going to do all here, all versions, and we can do, and we'll do accounting 2 and sales 1 because that's all we have right now. And then we have a roll up on a versioned level for this, and that's it for this. I guess that was a lot. We covered a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And any questions? Let me know. But I'll add this. I'll add all these to the Git repository. So the Git repository will be in this high ticket live streams. I'll probably post it on Reddit and see what kind of feedback we got. Again, I'll probably do this once in a while. If we want to do that next time, I definitely promised I'd do Python. So I'll do the Python analysis next. But thank you guys. Um, I definitely appreciate you guys watching. PQ is used to stack multiple data sets. Yes. It does a lot more too. It does a lot of database functions. But yes, I mean, at its basic point, Power Query is really good at putting data together. So if you go back through here, and maybe we'll do this too. If you go back to and we'll work on Power Pivot next time. But if you go back through the query design, the query and stuff, you can cobble together a bunch of uh, different data sources, and it's almost like the SQL queries where you off of primary keys put data together. Um, but yeah, maybe working on like a lot of different consolidations would be interesting for us to do. All right, yeah, the Python one. I'll definitely do that. Maybe like maybe Tuesday of next week we'd do that. Um, but we'll see. But hit me up on Reddit with any questions, or even if you guys want to see something or have a problem, let me know. All right, thanks guys. I appreciate it. Have a good night. How do I stop this thing?